Welcome to our channel. We're so glad you're here. We've got exciting and insightful content coming your way, and we'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let us know where you're watching from. It's always amazing to connect with viewers from all around the world. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on tomorrow's special video. We've got something amazing planned, and we can't wait to share it with you. Thanks for tuning in, and let's dive right in. What happens when you drink water in the morning? You won't believe the truth. 1. The dangers of ice cold water on an empty stomach. Drinking ice cold water first thing in the morning may seem like a refreshing and invigorating way to start your day, but it can actually be more harmful than you might think. While cold water on its own isn't the problem, it's the shock it gives your system when consumed on an empty stomach that can lead to unwanted effects. When you wake up, your body is still transitioning from rest to activity. Your internal organs are gradually starting to wake up, and your blood vessels are constricted. The digestion system is in a state of rest, and introducing freezing water into the mix can disrupt this delicate balance. Think of it like revving up your car engine while it's still cold. It takes time for everything to warm up properly, and forcing cold water into your system does exactly the same thing. For younger people, this might not seem like a huge issue, but as we age, our bodies become more sensitive. The shock of ice cold water can strain your heart and digestive system, leading to unwanted symptoms like a headache, dizziness, or even a chill that lingers in your chest. For example, Eleanor, a 76-year-old woman, used to start every morning by gulping down a tall glass of ice water straight from the fridge. At first, she enjoyed the fresh feeling it gave her and the way it helped clear her throat. But soon, she began noticing that her stomach would cramp, her fingers felt cold, and her digestion seemed sluggish throughout the morning. After consulting with her doctor, she switched to room temperature water for a few weeks. The results were dramatic. Her stomach stopped feeling uneasy, her hands stopped shaking, and her mornings became far more comfortable and calm. We often assume that the aches and discomforts that come with aging are inevitable, but many times, they're simply the result of habits that no longer align with what our bodies need. Cold water might have felt revitalizing when you were younger, but as you get older, it might be doing more harm than good. So, if you've been drinking ice cold water in the morning, it might be worth reconsidering. Instead, opt for water that's closer to body temperature. Your body will thank you for it, and you may find that your mornings feel a whole lot smoother and more enjoyable. Sutu, drinking water too fast, a hidden danger. Now that we've covered the shock of ice cold water, let's talk about another mistake many of us make when drinking water in the morning: drinking it too quickly or in large gulps. This might seem like an easy, quick way to hydrate, but in reality, it's a recipe for disaster. When you rush to gulp down a full glass of water after you wake up, you're forcing your body to work harder than it should. This is especially dangerous when your body is still adjusting from the deep, restful state of sleep to the active state of wakefulness. Every system is a little more sensitive during this transition. Your blood pressure is still stabilizing, your heart rate is adjusting, and your stomach lining is still recovering from a night of rest. Suddenly, dumping water into your system doesn't give your organs the time they need to react properly. Instead of gently absorbing the water, your kidneys are overwhelmed. Your salt balance is thrown off, and your stomach stretches too quickly. This can result in a series of unpleasant symptoms, like bloating, dizziness, or a strange, lightheaded feeling that seems to come out of nowhere. You might think you're just getting hydrated, but your body's reaction is trying to tell you that it's too much, too fast. Think about Walter, a 72-year-old former coach who followed a strict morning routine. Wake up, stretch, and down a full bottle of water before his feet even hit the floor. At first, he felt like this was a healthy habit. But over time, he began noticing that he'd feel oddly dizzy and fatigued. He couldn't figure out why, since he was staying hydrated and eating regularly. But after explaining his routine to his doctor, they discovered the problem. By drinking water too fast, Walter was overwhelming his system before it had time to stabilize. The solution was simple. Instead of chugging down a whole bottle, he began sipping his water slowly over 15 to 20 minutes. The results were almost immediate. His dizziness disappeared, and his mornings felt much less chaotic. This is where the link to cold water comes in. If you're already shocking your system with ice cold water, drinking it quickly only compounds the problem. It's a double whammy of stress on your body, and that's not something you want to start your day with. So next time you reach for that glass of water in the morning, slow down. Sip it slowly and give your body the time it needs to absorb the water gradually. Your kidneys, your stomach, and even your heart will thank you. And most importantly, you'll start your day feeling more balanced, not more rushed. It's about treating your body with the care it deserves. 3. The hidden danger of plastic bottles left overnight. Now that we've discussed the shock of cold water and the danger of drinking too quickly, there's one more issue that many people overlook: drinking water from plastic bottles that have been left out overnight. It may seem harmless to keep a bottle next to your bed, ready for the morning, but this seemingly innocent habit can have dangerous consequences, especially if you're drinking from plastic. Here's the thing: plastic bottles, particularly the low quality ones, can leak harmful chemicals into the water if they've been left out too long, especially in warm rooms or direct sunlight. You might think that the water inside is perfectly fine, but in reality, it's being tainted by chemicals like BPA, which are known to disrupt hormones and throw off your body's natural balance. You might not feel the effects immediately, but over time, these chemicals build up. For seniors, this can be particularly problematic. Your body becomes more sensitive to outside influences as you age, and these chemicals can interfere with your hormones, making it harder to keep things in balance. Symptoms like mood swings, fatigue, digestive problems, or headaches may seem like everyday issues, but they could be linked to the water you're drinking. Let me tell you about Stanley, a 78-year-old who always kept a plastic water bottle next to his bed. Every night, he'd refill it and leave it there until morning. He didn't think much of it until he began experiencing constant headaches, bloating, and a general sense of tiredness. At first, he blamed it on his diet or the medication he was taking. But after consulting with his doctor and reading up on plastic bottles, he learned the shocking truth: the chemicals leaching from the plastic were affecting his body. Stanley switched to using glass or stainless steel bottles, making sure to fill them fresh each morning. Within weeks, his headaches eased, his digestion improved, and he felt more energetic. The change wasn't drastic, but it was significant enough to make a real difference in how he felt every day. This simple shift showed him how important it is to consider what you're drinking from, not just what you're drinking. Just like with drinking water too quickly, using plastic bottles for your water can be an easy mistake to overlook. It's small, seemingly harmless choices like these that, over time, can add up and impact your health more than you realize. So, if you've been using plastic bottles, it might be time to make a change. Opt for glass or stainless steel and avoid leaving bottles out overnight. Your body will thank you in the long run, and you'll be protecting yourself from unnecessary toxins that can easily be avoided. 4. The risk of drinking water after pills, a delicate balance. Now that we've touched on the hidden dangers of plastic bottles and the shock of drinking water too quickly, let's dive into another issue that often goes unnoticed: drinking water immediately after taking certain pills. It may seem like a natural thing to do. Take your morning medication and then drink a glass of water to wash it down. However, the timing and amount of water you drink right after taking pills can have a much greater impact than you realize. For many people, especially older adults, this seemingly harmless habit can disrupt their digestion and even interfere with the effectiveness of their medication. When you wake up, your body is in a delicate state. Your stomach is empty, your digestive system is still adjusting to the day, and your blood sugar is low. Drinking a large glass of water immediately after taking pills can overwhelm your stomach, especially if you're not giving it time to settle first. For example, certain medications are meant to be taken with food to help with absorption or to prevent stomach irritation. Other pills need to be taken on an empty stomach, but drinking too much water right afterward can dilute the stomach acids necessary for proper digestion. In some cases, this can even reduce the effectiveness of the medication, leaving you feeling less than your best. Take Margaret, an 80-year-old woman who started experiencing morning sickness that didn't seem to be tied to anything she ate. Her doctor ran tests and found that everything was normal. Her blood work was fine, and her meals were consistent. But she felt nauseous every morning, about 30 minutes after taking her thyroid pill with a large glass of water. After discussing her routine, her doctor suggested that she try sipping water slowly with her pills, instead of chugging down an entire glass all at once. Margaret also waited 45 minutes before having breakfast, allowing her stomach time to stabilize. The result? Her morning nausea disappeared, and her thyroid medication worked more effectively, which made a huge difference in how she felt throughout the day. This is where the connection to drinking from plastic bottles comes into play. If you've been drinking water from plastic bottles left out overnight, you may already be introducing harmful chemicals into your system. Adding the wrong timing and amount of water with your medication compounds the issue. It's not just about what you drink, it's about when and how you drink it. By taking the time to sip your water slowly, and by being mindful of when you take your pills, you can avoid these digestive issues and maximize the benefits of your medication. Simple changes like this can make a huge difference in your daily well-being. So the next time you take your medication, think twice about how you're drinking your water. Taking a few extra minutes to adjust your routine could save you from unnecessary discomfort and ensure that your medications are working properly. 5. Skipping breakfast, the hidden consequences. Now that we've explored the dangers of drinking water too quickly and the importance of timing your medication properly, let's tackle one more crucial habit that many people overlook: skipping breakfast and replacing it with just water. It might sound like a healthy way to jumpstart your day, especially with the rise of intermittent fasting and less is more philosophies, but this habit can quietly drain your energy and leave you feeling weak, foggy, and sluggish, particularly as you age. When you wake up, your body is already in a fragile state. Your blood sugar is low, your metabolism is just starting to kick in, and your brain and muscles are hungry for fuel. If you start your day by drinking water but skip breakfast altogether, you're setting yourself up for a tough day ahead. Water is important, but it doesn't provide the necessary nutrients your body needs to get going. While water helps rehydrate and kickstart digestion, it's not enough to stabilize your blood sugar or fuel your brain for the tasks ahead. Take Alice, a 69-year-old woman who tried to simplify her morning routine. She read that water boosts metabolism and that skipping breakfast was a trend gaining popularity. So she started her days by drinking water, skipping breakfast until noon. At first, she felt a bit lighter, even losing a little weight. But soon, she started noticing a shift in her energy levels. She became more forgetful, her mood dipped, and by mid-morning, she felt mentally sluggish. Her daughter even noticed that Alice was repeating herself in conversations. When Alice visited her doctor, the issue wasn't with her medication, and her blood tests came back normal. It turned out the problem was simple. By skipping breakfast, Alice was depriving her body of the steady source of energy it needed. After adding a small protein-rich breakfast, like eggs or oats, her energy returned, her focus sharpened, and she felt more like herself again. The link to drinking water comes into play here as well. If you're already making the mistake of drinking water too quickly or drinking from a plastic bottle, skipping breakfast makes the situation worse. The water alone won't give your body what it needs to maintain proper balance throughout the day. So, if you've been starting your day with just water, thinking that less is more, it's time to rethink your morning routine. Make sure to nourish your body with a small breakfast alongside your hydration. It doesn't have to be a heavy meal, just something that gives your body the fuel it needs to operate at its best. Starting your day with both water and food gives your body the chance to balance hydration and energy, ensuring you're ready to tackle the day ahead with focus and strength. By paying attention to the timing of your water, your meals, and your medication, you'll set yourself up for better health and a much smoother, more productive morning. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you found these insights helpful and that you learned something new about how to start your mornings in a way that truly benefits your body. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced any of the issues we talked about, like feeling dizzy after drinking water or dealing with stomach discomfort? Or maybe you've made some changes to your morning routine and noticed a big difference in how you feel? Whatever your experience is, we want to know. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts, your own tips, or any questions you might have about morning hydration. It's always amazing to hear how different people approach their health and wellness, and your input could help someone else find a solution to their morning routine struggles. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on our upcoming videos. We've got a lot more exciting and informative content on the way, and we want you to be part of it. Thank you again for being here, and we can't wait to read your comments and keep the conversation going. Let's continue to learn and grow together.